Yo, what's going on, Cowboys fans? It's your boy Foots the King as always. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing. This video is brought to you guys by BetUS. I hope you guys didn't play the Cowboys plus 7.5. The Cowboys get beat by double digits, 34-10, 30-something-10, whatever it was. It was a bad game. Again, the Cowboys lose. We'll talk about it, but BetUS. All those plays, I know that they'll be dogs versus the Commanders, the Washington Red Commanders, whatever they are. And I can't go with Dallas for the rest of the season, especially with who they have at quarterback. That position just means so much, and they don't have really a threat there. So, you know, when you're on BetUS and you start making some of these plays, make sure you stay away from the Cowboys. BetUS, all your betting needs, BetUS has them. All right. Let's talk about this game. The Cowboys lose. And, you know, this is part of it. This is part of when you're bad, it has to get really bad before it gets better. And I think that's where the Cowboys are. And it's funny because I'm watching Micah play hard. I'm watching Diggs come up and make tackles. I'm watching Donovan Wilson look slow. I'm watching, linebackers and even Maris Lewifau, who I love, not really step up and fill gaps. I'm watching Joe Mixon, who, I think we love our guys. So, we love Rico Dowdle. But 28-year-old Joe Mixon versus a Rico Dowdle who hasn't even had that many touches, you just see the difference in level of running back. It's obvious. I mean, mind you, the Texans don't have a good O-line. The Cowboys' O-line is struggling, but you see the difference in the caliber of running back. And so when you look at all these things and you talk about just who the Cowboys are, they just aren't a good football team right now. Mike McCarthy is going to get fired. I don't know how he lasts, 7 more games. I mean, I want to just flex right to the offseason. I want it to be January. I want it to be December, Christmas. I wanted to be done. I don't want to go through a Thanksgiving. You want to see this team on Thanksgiving? Absolutely not. I don't want to see, no fancy cut up here. Just me talking about the game and talking about where this team is. It's sad seeing Zach Martin go out like this. I mean, he's been the consummate pro, 9 All-Pros. He's had less. It was something like less penalties than he's gotten beat. I mean, some crazy number, just how consistent Zach Martin has been. And then you see this. You see him lunging on reps. You see him getting beat. You see him not playing good football. It's really sad. And once again, another amazing career wasted. You start looking at guys like Tyler Smith, who's 22 right now. You start looking at guys like Micah Parsons, who's 25 right now. You start looking at guys like CeeDee Lamb, who's 25 or whatever. I think Micah might be 24. He might be a little younger. But CeeDee just got paid. And you look at Diggs and you start to think to yourself like, man, will they waste those careers? It's tough being a Cowboys fan because we love this team. Like, I love this team. And you guys can hear it in my voice. As much as I want great draft picks, it's hard watching your team get housed on national TV by a team that's really, like, the Texans are okay. You don't look at the Texans and say, man, there's some AFC juggernaut, but at no point with Cooper Rush and his 300 yards did I ever think that the Cowboys will win. Like, Cooper Rush is a flag, CFL, XFL type quarterback. Like, that's who he is. He's the men's league quarterback. He's nothing more, nothing less. He's a statue. Even on the play who I thought Tyler Guyton played really well tonight, he gave up a rush that Cooper Rush gets beat on. Tyler Guyton gets beat on it. Cooper Rush has no fill in the pocket, so he's just sitting back there like a statue. And then boom, it's a sack, fumble, touchdown. Game's over. Some of the throws, the Joe Buck. Oh man. Derek Stingley, who I love Derek Stingley. I followed him at LSU. He's a good player. He's grown. Joe Buck. Oh, yeah. Man, they're doing a great job locking up CeeDee Lamb. Joe Buck, did you just see that throw? CeeDee had a step. If Cooper Rush puts that ball inside, it's a touchdown. And so, to me, what this also tells me is with Dak now having the injury that he has and looking at this season with Cooper Rush and just watching him trying to throw. I mean, he had 300 yards. It had to have been 5, 10, 15 5 and outs. Like, stop passes, 10, 15 curls. Like, he will not push the ball downfield. He's going to throw to his safety valves. I will say this. I did like the way that Brevin Spann-Ford played. I even like the way that Luke Schoonmaker played at times. But, like, this is who Cooper Rush is going to be. He's going to be check down Charlie. He is the absolute worst quarterback in the league. It's not even close. He's worse than Gardner Minshew. He's worse than every other. I don't care if there's team. He's worse than Bryce Young. Cooper Rush is the worst quarterback in the NFL right now. He's the worst starting quarterback in the NFL right now. And the Cowboys need to take heed from this. They need to learn from all their sins. They need to learn from not being aggressive in free agency. I'm big on the draft, but it can't be the draft alone. They need to learn from not having a decent running back and a decent run game. And I believe some of that when I'm watching Rico Dowdle, when I'm watching Deuce Vaughn play, some of it is those running backs just aren't good. And they need to learn from Dak at this point in his career is injury prone. You need to have a competent backup. If you don't believe in Trey Lance, why did you give up a fourth for him? We did all this film on him. He had the interceptions in preseason, but, dog, throw him out there. Like, you're going to lose games anyway. Just see what he has. Nobody in the world wants to see Cooper Rush play football anymore. Maybe his parents. Everybody else, nobody else in the world. I don't want to see Cooper Rush throw another pass. I just don't. It's not about wins or losses. I just don't want to see him play anymore. He sucks. So if that means bringing in Will Grier, if that means bringing in Trey Lance, whatever you got to do, I don't want to see Cooper Rush play football anymore. It's been cool. It's been fun. The story's great, but he stinks. So that's where we are. The Cowboys lost, so they're now moving up the draft rankings, which I guess you can look at that as a silver lining. But I don't see. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Outside of the Giants and maybe Carolina, who's playing better right now, I don't see another Cowboys win on this schedule, and that's the part that is just like, dang. It really, like, it's hit you fast. The Cowboys they stink. I was about to say they suck. I can't even finish my video right. They stink. They're awful. And so if there is a silver lining, draft position, but I gotta be honest, well, you're drafting higher, so you'll have a better chance of getting a premium talent. But even with Guyton this year, well, you traded back and you got Guyton. And some of the draft picks this year outside of BB, they've been duds. I mean, I don't know. Kalen Carson can't get on the field. That's not a good sign. Maris Lewis-Fowler has just been okay. I mean, he's been a little bit under okay. Marshawn Nealon is hurt, and Tyler Guyton is growing, and he's hurt, and he can't finish games. I like the way he played, but then as soon as he got beat, he's out the game. So, it was encouraging to see Micah play hard. It was encouraging to see DeMarvin Overshown play hard, but at the end of the day, the Cowboys just aren't a good team, so this channel will be transitioning to Draft Talk. It's your boy Foots, as always, guys. Thank you all for sharing, and subscribing. Cows lose. This is where we are in the season. Half your team's hurt. Your starting quarterback's hurt. You don't have a run game, so you're not going to beat very many teams. All right. Love you guys.